Do you want to know how you potentially can earn $50 or more per hour by being a local guide by using the Showaround platform? Then this video is for you. My name is Michael and I love testing different ways to make some extra money, and many viewers have recently asked me about this platform, so I decided to take a closer look, and in this Showaround review I will go into all the details about how you can use it to get some local gigs to potentially earn quite good money. But I will also go over some of the disadvantages you need to consider so you go into this with the right expectations and can find out if this is the right opportunity for you or not. So let's start by going over the basics of what Showaround is. And Showaround is a platform where people, if they're going to be tourist a place, they can go and search. For example, if you just go there and you look at Paris, then they can go here and they can look for a guide. And then this is where you come in, because you can become a guide. You can do these little tours. People from all over the world, when they come into your city, they can come here, search, and then you can offer to be a guide for them. And then you can earn quite good money. We'll go over the full earning potential later, and also how you can optimize your profile to get the best chances of actually getting these gigs. But let's first go over which countries this is available in. So on the Showaround website, you can see the countries that they currently have locals in. Locals are what they call the guides, which you could become if you want to earn. And you can see there are a lot of different countries, and you see, for example, here in Egypt they have more than 9,000 different locals. In India more than 10,000, Philippines more than 5,000, see Indonesia 4,000, UAE 4,000, Spain 2,000. You see there's a lot in many different countries, so you can potentially join from basically all countries. Of course, how many gigs you will find here will depend on how many tourists you have in your city, because if you live a small place where there's no tourists, well then of course there's not that big a chance. But as mentioned, we'll go over the full earning potential later. Let's first go over how you can then get started and how to optimize your chances of getting gigs here. So when you come to the website, you can just join for free, and then you come inside and then you can go through your profile settings, and you can see there you can add your name, profile photos, languages, all this. And this is very important. You should definitely add some photos of yourself, because this adds credibility. If you're going to a place and be a tourist and want to hire a guide, you want to kind of see that it's a real person. Also, write more about yourself there. Definitely important to fill out everything here you can. And also make sure to fill out all this here. You can also choose how you will be notified when people are booking you. And also here the hourly rate. This is where you can actually set your own hourly rate. So that's of course good. But you can also choose to do it for free. I think that the people that do this, maybe in general, they either just have a lot of time and just like to connect with other people, or it's when you're first getting started because you need a few positive reviews, so you offer it for free, because then it adds credibility when there are positive reviews. But you can choose like basically any rate you want. You can choose the minimum tour duration. So if you don't want to do it unless people book a minimum of 2 hours, then you have to choose it here. But before setting your rate, I would suggest that you go and actually look at what other people charges in your area and kind of set a competitive rate, especially when you're first getting started. You shouldn't set a super high rate, because then you have no reviews, there's no information, so people might not choose you. So then you can always increase the rate later. You can just come here and change it. But inside the platform, they also have some great advice. Actually, you can see that inside there. Just go to the help section there, and when you're filling out your profile, you see here tell you all kind of little tips and tricks about how to optimize it. In my opinion, this most important is of course that you need to know the area you live in, but then take the time to fill it out, write about yourself, write what you can offer, write what is included if you're going anywhere, is are there extra fees, so people know exactly what to expect. And another very important thing is that if people contact you, then set it so you will be notified. You could, as showed you, you can choose how to get notified. So set it in a way where you know that you will see it quickly, because very often people will contact several different guides. So the faster you respond, the faster you get the communication going, the bigger chance there is that you will actually get the job. And then take the time to reply properly to their questions. And then of course, when you're actually doing the tour, you need to give them a really great experience, because then you'll get a positive review, and that will increase your ratings and your chances of getting hired. But let's also talk about how you can then get paid and the overall earning potential. So when it comes to getting paid, well, that depends on what you agree. You can agree that with your client. So sometimes it can be online, it can be in cash. That is something you just have to figure out. But in general, there are really good payout options, of course, but you will not get paid as such by Showaround. You will get paid by the client. But how much can you then earn? Let me show you some examples of this. So how much you can earn, of course, depends on the city you live in. Are there a lot of tourists? But I'll just give you a few examples. You see, for example, if we look at Madrid, then there are 531 locals. So of course, also if there's a lot of competition, it can be harder to charge a higher fee or to get jobs. But you see, someone here is doing it for free. Someone $17 per hour, $34 per hour, $23, $29. So this is what people in that city in general are charging. But some are charging more, some are doing completely for free. If we, for example, look in New York, you can see someone's charging $27, $30. Someone is charging $80 per hour, $50 per hour. So you can see it ranges a lot. If you just look like at Dubai, for example, $30, $60 per hour, $29. So it really varies, but in general, it goes anywhere from people that offering it for free up till like $80 is the most expensive that I have seen. But overall, of course, also just because you give a good price or whatever, it doesn't mean that you will get hired. This is what is important to understand. Yes, there is a good earning potential, but just because you are a great guy and do great tours, it doesn't mean you will get hired, because there is a lot of competition. For example, in New York, you can see there's almost 1,000 other people that are offering tours. So even if you have the best tour ever, it can be difficult to be found. So if you don't have a plan for how to get more attention or so, or to promote yourself other places, just relying on attention here, that can be difficult. So that's just something you need to consider also. So overall, I think Showaround is an interesting way to potentially get some nice extra gigs in your local area. However, you need to do it with the right expectations, because just because you create a profile, there's no guarantee you will ever get a gig. And that's the big challenge here. There's not a big chance of increasing your visibility. You just need to start and take the patience to build it up, get a few jobs, and then build your rating. But overall, it definitely takes patience, because if you're lucky, maybe you'll get one tour a week, maybe eventually a few a week, but maybe it will be one a month. Maybe there will be months where you won't get any tours. So it's not a reliable way to earn like that, but as you can see, it has good earning potential if you're lucky enough to get booked. I would say if you choose something like this, you should definitely also make sure to use other options and not only rely on this as a way to make extra money. There are a lot of different gig economy websites and apps where you can do all kind of gigs in your local area. I have a list of the best gig economy websites and apps on my website. I will leave a link to that below, so then you can go and read more about those options and also join some of those. But if what you're really going for is to create a full-time online income where you can completely be in control of your own business and income and potentially earn from anywhere completely at your own terms, then I've been able to do that, and I also have some information about the exact steps that I have taken to do that. So if you're interested in that of course takes time to build up, but if you want to learn more about that, I'll also leave a link below to more information, so then you can go and check that out. But no matter what, I hope this video helped you, and if it did, make sure to hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.